Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor for nearly 20 years with Ebby Halliday Realtors. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers. I'm so excited to bring you this episode. Today, or actually this month, is November, and is the time that we really think about giving back and giving thanks to, organizations and, how we can give back. So today I have this wonderful organization called Mater Filius. And I have the ladies here from the organization. I have Lillian, I have Carmen, and I have Cynthia here to talk about this great organization. And also, if you're interested, we'll give you some information on how you can help them as well. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, I cannot wait to share this with the audience. And so let's talk about Mater Filius and, the organization and, from the start to now.
Well, first of all, it's called Mater Filius of Dallas.
Okay.
Because there's other ones. And Carmen will give us a better idea of the whole organization.
Yeah, but the name of the organization is Mater Filius of Dallas.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that it's located in Dallas. Actually, the house itself is located in Plano. It's Plano.
Okay.
So, but the name of the organization is Mater Filius of Dallas. And we started 4 years ago. This is the we're on the half part of our fifth year.
Okay.
We celebrated our fourth year in June 25th with the Mass. And we had the privilege to, be part of this organization thanks to the founders, Marta Alicia and Javier Berkel. This couple brought the mission of Mater Filius to Dallas. And it all started when they moved back in 2006 to the area, to the Plano. And she was involved before in the opening and the founding of the very first Mater Filius house, which was in Mexico. Okay. So she was part of it, of the creation of this house. And when she moved with her husband and her two sons to Plano, she started the idea of starting a house like that here in the area. Okay. Now, Mater Filius of Dallas is independent as an organization, is financially and organizationally. I mean, this works by itself.
Right.
It's funded by itself. I would have to say by donors.
No, well, yes.
But we share the same mission of many other houses in Mexico. We have one in Nebraska. There is one in Miami that is about to open. South America has a few houses. There is going to be one in Spain too that's going to be opening soon. So what we share is the mission. So it's like a big family, but each house work independently to support the mothers of the area.
So it takes in mothers who are expecting and to have nowhere else to go, who've lost their dignity, don't have any dignity, or just have been abused or whatever. They come in through the organization and we guide them through their pregnancy and help them because they chose life. They chose to keep the child, so we help them and guide them through the process until the baby's born and then 8 months after.
So for your women that come, do they apply? How do they,
They come different ways. We, as Lillian said, we take in mothers, or pregnant women, actually. They expectant mothers. They have to be 18 years old or older.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what if the religion is or their status is. We take them in, and they apply to stay in the house. And there is an interview with them. We evaluate what the real situation is, and if we figure that they really need our help, then they are welcome to live in the house. Now, what we offer is room and board. That's what they get. When they move in, they will have a room and they will have food, meals, 3 meals a day. They will share a bathroom with the other mother or expectant or mothers because, they will have their baby while they are in the house, many of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
the capacity of our house is for 6 months at a time.
Okay.
So sometimes pretty often we have a full house.
Yes.
And babies.
Yeah,
So
and babies too. So
Now, how long, when a expecting mother comes in, how long is she allowed to stay in the house for?
she can be, all the pregnancy time and 8 months after.
Okay.
So in that time, they have a job or they get ready to be more independent.
Gotcha. You've got them
Yes.
up, getting up on their feet and
Yes.
getting ready to.
And we receive calls from sometimes mothers themselves. They, they find out that there is this house in existence. They called us and they applied to be taken in. Sometimes we get a call from a social worker that knows about the house. Sometimes we get a call from a church or a parishioner or somebody on the streets, just a good Samaritan that found a mother on the streets and they know about the house. They call us and they, they refer this mom to the house. So, and there is a process for them to, number one, to realize they are really taken in with no other interest but helping them because they refrain themselves like, what, this is not true. Why are they trying to give me all this? Why are they trying to help me? So there is a lot of rejection from the mother sometimes too, that there are people
they're
that
not used to
want
it.
to help
They
them.
haven't been treated well in some of their lives, and there's some of our young, I mean, like 18 or have been through more things or seen things that we can only imagine. And when they come, they get the love and the attention from the volunteers. And there's one, it's an Ema, that's the house mom that welcomes them and, guides them and helps them. And they do have people that help them, volunteers, I guess throughout their pregnancy.
We have a very nice group of volunteers. We have like a 40 to 50 active volunteers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So we are very, very blessing for all the help. And we invite everyone that wants to come and help us to grow this mission to just go to our page, materfiliusdallas.org. And there is a link over there that you can just apply for, be a volunteer.
I think what opportunities are there? Now, there is always something that you can help with.
Right.
And
Yeah.
So kind of going back to our founders, those are the directors as well. They are founders and they are co-directors of the house. And Marta Alicia is the director of operations of the house as well. And as a director, she oversees, how the house operates, and then she oversees the EMAs that we call them. EMAs are the house mothers.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 3 house mothers currently. 2 work during the day, and then 1 is an overnight house mother or EMA.
Right.
And they look after the moms. They make sure they follow the schedule. They do the chores they are supposed to do. So it is a very, I mean, like nobody just comes to be served. We do serve them as opening the house to them. But when they come into the house, they have some responsibilities as well. So they have to do chores. They have to cook for the family, which is all the other mothers become a family, and the Imas, that's the family. So they have to cook, they have to clean, they have to take care of their own room, the bedroom, and they are, when they come, they have to immediately start looking into either some finishing
classes,
if they're in high school, finishing classes in high school, or classes, or whatever skill they can acquire and develop in order to look for themselves, after the baby and themselves when they leave the house.
Now, quick question is, I know you're nurturing these women, and you said that they could stay up to 8 months after their pregnancy. Do you help with the childcare if they're working, or is there something, for?
a chore. They help each other sometimes.
Maybe some
Yeah, most of the time they help each other.
They help each other.
You know, when it's time to go to an interview or something, but pretty much sometimes they have a family member that can help with the baby in the meantime that they apply or do something, and then they register in a daycare as soon as they have a job, so they
and then they pay for
start
daycare,
to
but it's a minimal cost.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Just to be specific, we do not offer childcare in the house.
We don't.
So
Okay.
we can't.
It's their responsibility.
It is their responsibility. Yes,
Yeah.
we cannot.
That
If
would be a
they
lot.
leave, if they have to go to work, they cannot leave the baby at the house, so we can look after the baby.
Right.
They have to figure out, or look up for a place or a friend or a family, a relative that can help them
assist.
with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
So we do not. Yeah.
Well, like I said, that would be a lot if you did. But what I think is really interesting, and I think a lot of viewers will, is located in Plano, and people don't think of affluent suburb to have the need, and I think that's what's so remarkable. And I've had other charities, out that, from the typical suburban areas where people think, oh, this is only happens in South Dallas or something like that. It's not in my backyard, and it really is. And I think having this type of organization, obviously they saw the need, and that's why they located it here in Plano.
It was a need, but also Martha Alicia, the director, it's a very special calling that she received that she felt needed to be brought into Plano area or to the Dallas area where she lived in Plano. And so it's a very special, I wouldn't say project, but program that she and her husband brought to Plano because of this special calling that she has. She believes that it is her calling because she didn't have to work.
Right.
She wanted to do something, but she, always had this special need when she was in Mexico. We saw the family and felt, I've been called to do this here.
Right.
And it's grown. I mean, we've grown. This is the fifth, going to the fifth year, or the fourth, fifth year. And it's just blossomed. And I know when I started, she brought me in and she was going volunteering to donate some stuff. And I went with her to drop it off. And when I met the director, I just fell in love with her and the house. She gave me a tour.
Oh, wow.
And then you got that feeling, it just touched with what you do is really benefiting these women. It's making an impact on these women and these children. And how many babies have been born since?
Yeah, talking about the need, just the numbers can tell you we have 47
babies.
Wow.
Moms
years.
and 45 babies. Well, no, it's the opposite because I had twins. 47 babies and then 45
because there's a set of twins.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right there.
They're beautiful twins. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, and I think, what is also so impactful is that I'm sure is to see these women, from the day they come in, or they did that interview to the day they get to the success they get to leave, and they have nurtured them, and they are now
and their confidence.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you see the transformation before your eyes, and in the children too. They start out just scared stiff and, like not feeling like they deserve anything, and come out as women, young adults, and ready to work and take care of their child and contribute to, and hopefully pay it forward to someone else that may need it.
Right. And that's, what you hope is that the women that do come through that, later on when they're able to give back and, give back to and help someone else with that need.
We always see that this is God's work.
Yes.
We don't think this is the volunteers or anybody's work but God's, and we're doing is answering the call, and we just let it be, and then it's our mother's hands there all the time guiding us or pointing to, this is what you're supposed to do. And we're very surprised at some things that happen, and there are miracles
that happen during our 4 years.
One thing I'm kind of interested to know is, with COVID, a lot of, we've seen strikes and rises in abuse and, those things that have happened. Have you seen, a strike in the applications or people trying to, come in or?
Well, the moms continue calling,
Okay.
and we actually have taken two or three moms during COVID that we had to take.
Yes.
Following guidelines and making sure everything was safe. But we took them into the house. And when we were talking about miracles, this is one of the things that we would like to share with you, because in November last year, a team of healthcare professionals who helped with the house, is a doctor and my husband, Eduardo Perez, and our registered nurse, Veronica Shedler.
Okay.
She oversees the health area of the house as a volunteer. And they invited a specialist in infectious diseases, Dr. Carla Garcia, and to create a protocol or just establish some guidelines in the house, just in case, the flu season comes. And
you
have to be prepared. We have to be, they wanted them to be prepared. They didn't want any, problems later with the babies. And there were a couple of hospitalizations earlier in the house. So in order to prevent that, they came together and they put these guidelines for the house. And boom.
Just wow.
And they were prepared, right?
Well, you were prepared.
So we was prepared.
And we haven't had any cases coming or
no
going.
COVID.
And we have to be very careful because the babies are there too.
Right.
So they're coming in.
Yes.
But we do also we are co-chairs for the Sis for Life.
Yes.
And that's a ladies' afternoon tea and fashion show. And we just had our virtual September 26th.
Okay.
And next year we're going to do it in person at Brookhaven Country Club on September 26th. Oh, wow. And from 3 to 5 Sunday. So we'd love for you to attend that. But it's we fundraise.
Yes.
It's their annual fundraiser. It's a celebration of life. That's what the fundraiser is for, to celebrate life. But this is our 4th year, and it has increased. It started out with just somebody's home, a little patio. We thought we're just going to have a few friends over, have some tea. They all donate maybe $50 to $100, and that's our fundraiser. It grew to $150. So it was a huge success, and then it just keeps growing. So then we had to move it in different areas. In Plano, we had the Plano Center and private home, then Brookhaven Country Club. And so next year will be at Brookhaven again. So
very fun. Now, I know that fundraiser, but people may be looking to contribute or maybe donate things. Or is there, I know we always can take money. Always.
Yeah.
But are there also other things? Because, is there any needs that you guys are looking for right now or in need for donations?
Yeah, we always, always need donations because we are relying on these donors. And so they can go to our page, Mater Filius Dallas. .org, and they can click on donate, and they can help us to grow this mission.
And I know a lot of people want to just give diapers or formula or stuff, but sometimes you can't house it in a home. It's a normal home. So they prefer the money so they can purchase items or gift cards so they can purchase as needed. If not, then you're just stocked with a bunch of merchandise and you don't have nowhere to put it.
Limited space.
So the space is very limited. So but it's a beautiful, well-organized home.
And we also participate in another events like pro-life events, like March for Life, that we march in downtown. And we have Hike for Life and also Respect Life Mass that we just went to the Mass a week ago.
If you go to the page, you're going to see the volunteers wearing this blue apron. It's not an apron. Well, it's our uniform, and it's called a tilma. So we call ourselves the ladies in teal.
I love
and
that.
It symbolizes, who's that? Diego?
Well, it just symbolizes service and humility. It's being created after the garment that the indigenous in Mexico uses, like Juan Diego, that they carry their
Merchandise or
things in there, or they just use
aprons.
it to, to cover themselves. And that's why it's called a tilma.
Okay.
But it's the uniform for the volunteers.
So when you go to
and
the house, you put that on.
you put that
you
on.
identify.
Yes,
Yeah.
Identify.
you work with that, and
Very well.
it's very special.
Yeah,
so
it
that's-
is.
Well,
Yeah.
I just love that you guys are doing this, giving back to the community and helping these young women that are out there, and probably a time that they feel really low in life and they just don't feel like there's
Right.
anywhere to go, and bringing them to a new life, and that's what is so remarkable. Well, thank you so much. And viewers, I'm going to have all the information on my podcast, their website. So really, again, this is the month of November when we always want to give back. So if you have that extra donation that you can give, this organization would be a wonderful organization to consider.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Cheers to us.
This is good. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
There's yours. Cheers.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Pleasure.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week, and remember, don't just love your home, love your community.